Hello there, and welcome to the FFUK season preview video, the one that you have all been waiting for. Well,
and you didn't even know it was coming.
No, exactly. Well, there aren't the best things like that, really.
Oh, it's a gift.
So, yeah, welcome to our latest video. We are just, 48 hours, just over? By the time you watch this, it will be 48 hours or less, depending on when you watch this, till the beginning of the season. In fact, it's just easier to say when the season starts, really, isn't it?
What time is it?
What time? No, what time? Not what time is it now. What time is the season starting?
I'm just wondering because surely what time it is now, the 48 hours has to start from there.
True. That's why I'm sort of asking what time the season starts.
This Saturday, 11:30 a.m. is cut-off time.
Yeah.
The deadline for this season's FFUK
Mini
League 2016-2017.
Yeah, and we're already at record numbers. So
absolutely.
Hopefully, we're hoping for a page 4. That's the dream, and we are very close. We've got 145 signed up teams so far.
Absolutely.
So obviously, big thanks to the agents and anyone else really who has invited people into the league. Yeah, amazing job by all of you guys. Okay. Thank you very much.
So,
luckily Pete's prepared a couple of notes for this. Chris
is just sort of rushing through this, but just to slow the pace a little bit.
Really?
Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, if you could please send your agents the appropriate funds over the next week or so. Chris did say thank you to the agents. I've written their names down, as I do.
He has a spreadsheet.
In a list. Yeah. But no, we really do want to thank you. The amount of effort that everyone has put in is outstanding and has made it a mammoth, groundbreaking season before it's even started. So
very emotional for Pete.
I'm in a whirl. Very quickly then.
You walked into an iron bar the other day. You were in such
I hit myself in the face with an iron bar. I was so excited, and that was happening as those transfers were coming in on Wednesday morning. Was it Tuesday morning?
Was it just to tell if it was real?
I was like running around like, oh my god, bang!
Brilliant. I wish
anyway, and that is actually what happened. Okay, so massive thanks to, and in no order, Tim, McEwen, Lester, my brother Steve, Neil Gordon, Neil Stewart, Sam Blake, Scott Volker, big man Ian G, Daz, Duncan, JPC, Coxey, Mark Turnbull, Jimmy Sheridan, Jamie Stewart, Paul Baker, Donald McCauley and Rob Harding, who have all helped getting players in the league, basically. So thank you to you all.
Did you say Mark Turnbull?
I did.
Oh, good. Okay. Thought you'd left him out there for a moment.
No.
Well done, everyone. Yeah, amazing job. And keep it going as well, because we've still got, obviously, a little bit of time. So, obviously, keep sharing on all the dreaded social media. And, yeah, let's keep pushing the word. Let's see how many we can get for the beginning of the season, because the more we have in the league, the more prizes we have at the end of the season. So on that, obviously, we will confirm all the prizes as soon as we can, but we need to know, obviously, how many teams we've got in the league. So.
Yeah, so that should be by the end of August is our sort of aim.
That's when we get the money in, but I think we can confirm the prizes before that.
Okay.
Subject to all the money coming in, obviously. But yeah, so all good. Right, that's a bit of the housekeeping done. Yeah, so let's move on to a couple of features. Well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
I think we should go through the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I wanted to feel like it was more.
Natural. Okay. Till I have a thing. Why don't we talk about our teams, Chris?
Okay. Yeah. Go for it.
Okay. So, I mean, I had a thought earlier. So I expect you're not going to tell me who's in your team because you know that this season the rivalry between us is going to reach a whole new height, and especially as I'm well prepared this season, as you know.
To be honest, I'm actually looking for a new rival.
Why so?
Well, because you don't provide enough competition for me, really.
We know that's not true.
Well,
what's on your back?
What's the record?
What's on your back?
What's on my back?
12.
12.
Yes.
Well,
I'm 18.
And in which country does 12?
It's only 6 away. It's only 6 away, and I threw it at the end.
Well, yeah, you always throw it at the end. That's what happens. Yeah, that's so. Go on then. Tell me about your team.
Okay, well, my team this season, I've heavily focused on structure going into the season. Strangely, I did start with one big and one little keeper, but unfortunately, Mr. Petr Cech is missing some key defenders. And doesn't have the easiest opening fixtures, so I modified him in the short term.
Oh, is this going to take this long for every player in the team?
Yeah, I'm going to go through the whole team. Yeah.
Okay, so guys,
do you have any ideas?
So you might see an edited video where in a minute I sort of fall asleep and then we cut back again. Yeah. Okay. So you haven't got Petr Cech. You haven't even told me who you have got in goal.
I'm not going to.
Oh right. Okay. Brilliant.
I have got.
I'll tell you what. Let's scrap going through the whole team.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, without saying who they are, yeah, which is what I was going to do.
Yeah. Because we can both do that, and that's pretty boring. Let's talk about.
I don't know.
There's only one real conversation in town, isn't there?
What's that?
It's the forward line, and it's whether you have Aguero,
Just
Ibrahimovic.
the
Sorry. I get really emotional when I say these. It's whether we have Aguero.
Yeah.
And Ibrahimovic, or Ibrahimovic.
Okay. Well, this is a really tricky decision.
And then there's obviously the Kane and Vardy issue as well.
There certainly is.
Now Vardy, I would discount completely. Normally.
You did last season, didn't you?
Well, so did Neil Stewart, but let's look.
Yeah, okay. He didn't actually. He said he's not a bad pick, if I remember rightly.
They dismissed him. They said you were mad. But no, so Vardy, the only reason he's an option is because of Hull.
Not captain material, is what Neil said. And yes, and Neil was wrong, unfortunately.
Yes, he was.
Much as I love him.
More importantly, they've got Hull on the first day, and that looks like could be a cricket score. So
yeah,
that's why Vardy's an option. Kane is obviously an option because he is consistent, and he's about the most consistent
tested
striker other than the other big
Sergio.
And obviously,
Zlatan's not. Zlatan is not.
Well, he's pretty consistent.
He's not proven. He's not proven.
No, he is.
In the Premier
League. He's proven
League.
As a footballer. He just hasn't played in the Premier League, and he's a bit older than perhaps when at his peak.
Yeah.
But he's still going to score goals, isn't he?
He is definitely going to score goals. I think we both know that.
So, are you having both of them?
Not to start with, no.
Right. Okay. Because I was pretty insistent I wasn't going to, but I think I've managed to get them both in.
Yeah.
With Vardy as well.
Good.
So,
well, I hope you have, because I have got a better defence and a better midfield than you, and with all those.
Can I just say one thing about that?
Yeah.
First game week of the season.
Yeah.
Very hard to predict clean sheets. Always massive amount of goals. Crazy results come in.
Yeah.
I'm going to be getting the benefit of those, while you're going to be.
No, you're not
losing all your clean sheets.
No, I've picked the right teams.
Okay.
I've picked. Well, it's going to be across the course of the first 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, I'm pretty happy that I will definitely do well game week 1, but it's going to be in those opening weeks.
God, you should be a Liverpool fan. You really should. Right. Well, it's fascinating. But if we're not going to tell each other the teams,
I'm willing to tell you 3 players.
What? Aguero.
I'm not including Aguero. Oh, I'm assuming that we both have him. If you tell me 3, I'll tell you 3.
Go on then.
Okay. I actually no.
Why not?
Well, because I don't reckon you're going to tell me yours. We need to move on. This could go on for ages. This is what we do alone.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Anyway, it's probably very boring for you out there. So let's move on. Let's talk about something that I know a few of you in the league are probably a little bit interested in. Some side bets. Now, big up, shout out to the WhatsApp crew at this point. Because someone put up the other day. How did it start? I was sitting in Croatia in a bar.
By the way, this is unrehearsed.
Absolutely unrehearsed. I can barely remember it.
He was sitting in a bar in Croatia.
I'd had a couple of beers, and there was a lot of talk about Liverpool doing very well.
Liverpool, yeah.
Because they'd beaten Barcelona 4-0, which is an amazing result to beat Barcelona 4-0. But then they also lost 4-0 the next day to German
Mainz, I think it was.
pub team. Yeah, so
mind you, it wasn't the same 11, so
it wasn't. But there was some first-team players in that. Both.
I mean, the beauty of Liverpool is that they are completely inconsistent, so I don't think we need to
who knows?
worry.
We don't know, do we?
Okay, well, you always say we should talk about the past, and I think
that's Liverpool. Anyway, the point is, I bet Duncan.
Banging.
No, sorry. The point is, I keep forgetting we're being filmed. I just think we're having a chat. The point is, Duncan and James, I bet them both that Chelsea would finish with Liverpool for a tenner each, and they both were happy to take that bet.
Duncan kindly extended that to me as well, which I'm very happy to take
Did James
off him.
not extend it as well? He wasn't that confident? No,
probably only had £10 in that Liverpool budget.
Yes, absolutely. So that's that one, and I'm sure you guys out there in
I've got 20 quid on with Mark Tarbuck's on Chelsea above Arsenal as well, which I'm loving.
That's braver.
Don't remember making the bet, but I wrote it down. So
excellent. Well, that's always the way to do these things. Not remember the bets at all, but have a note of just how many you made in the morning.
I had to check with Mark that it was on that Chelsea finishing above Arsenal.
I think you're brave. I
just had Mark 20 quid bet.
I think Arsenal probably. Yeah, that's a braver bet. But yeah, fair enough. You never know.
Well, we'll get to that.
So obviously the big one is our side bet. It's not going to be season.
It's not going to be the
last few
big
seasons, and I can't remember the exact figures. I don't know, 20 quid we've done and 30 quid we've done. I think have we done more than that?
We did 30 quid last season. I don't want to waste that again. It's nothing to do with confidence. It's about the money I've invested, and to be honest, the kudos is worth more than me than the cash.
Right.
Frankly.
Okay. Right. Okay.
I've practiced that line.
Yeah. Sounds like loser talk. That really does. Yeah.
So I think £27.50 would be appropriate because I've had to pay £2.50 for something already, so it would even out my numbers.
£27.
£27.50 on the table. Not going to hit it.
Right. Okay. I don't know if I'm. I don't know. It feels.
It's
like
a good number.
It's not a good number. It's not a round number. You can't have a bet for 27.
It is. 50 is a round number.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go for that then.
£27.50.
No, 50.
No, I'm not paying you 50 quid.
So you don't even got any chance of any chance of winning it.
Of course, I've got a 50-50 chance of winning it.
50-50. How many have you won before?
Bets.
Yeah.
Loads in my time.
No, with me.
I haven't got lists of all of them.
Okay, well, let's not. We won't go over old news. Just call it 30 quid, and we'll go again.
Can you drop it by £2.50?
No, I can't. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. £30 is a normal human being bet, not a ridiculous weirdo bet.
Like £30.
You better shake on it officially on camera.
Give £2.50 to charity to make up the numbers.
Absolutely right. So that's £30, and obviously Neil Stewart. We always have a side bet. Happy to go that £30 again because always that ensures that if I do lose to you, Neil, as I have done the last couple of seasons, I square it off by beating this man over here. So that seems to work out all right. Everyone happy with that?
I will be at the end of the season.
He will be at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Moving on quickly because we are starting to run out of time. We're going to talk. We've got a special feature next.
Oh, brilliant!
It's Pete's special feature.
Yeah.
What's it about, Pete? I don't know what's going on here.
I thought of a lot of team names that are too long to use in the game, so I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to air them.
That you've come up with.
Yeah, I've got loads.
But none of them fit in the
yeah, they're all above 20 characters.
They're all above 20 characters. And what do you want me to tell you? Which one's best?
I just want you to listen to them.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll start with an easy one. Reach for the Sky, which is Adam Reach out of Middlesbrough.
Okay.
I'll try another one.
Yep.
Marnie makes the world go round.
That's actually quite good. But the fact is, it doesn't fit, which is even better. Yeah?
None of them fit. Okay. Music related.
Yeah.
This is a good one. Me and Aurelio down by the schoolyard, which is Paul Simon's song.
Right. Okay. Yep.
From the cradle to the grey.
Yeah,
they get better. Believe it or not.
You're right. When you said about I won't tell you what the special feature is because it'll be brilliant. I was thinking it might be so different. No, this is great. Carry on.
Okay, what about this one? Say hello to my little George friend.
That is good. But you could just say hello to go on. Yeah.
I liked Ollie's one, which was insane in the membrane. Brilliant.
Insane in the membrane.
Sane surname.
Oh, Sana though. It's how you say.
Oh, whatever.
If you're in Germany. Okay.
This is one of my favourites. A blind man walks into a bar. Works on more than one level.
Oh God. Okay, quickly. Next one.
Okay. I don't know much, but I know I love you.
Well, you know that Donald Love has gone to Sunderland today on loan.
Oh,
Now,
brilliant.
if you can't get a pun out of that,
Yeah.
you are struggling, because pretty much every song ever written, well, not every song has got the word love in it, but a lot have, definitely a lot have. So yeah, come up with a quick one for what's a good musical.
Oh, I love you.
That's not a song. I'm sure it is, but
love is everything.
yes, yes, maybe something.
Love changes everything.
Yeah, Love Shack.
Love Shack, yeah, brilliant.
Anyway, loads of options there.
Love Shaqiri.
Can we talk about team names in the league, surely? Because there's been some great ones.
God,
One of my favourites.
Oh, go on. Yeah.
I think it's Blakey's Game of Throw-ins.
Yes.
Very good. Never seen Game of Thrones, but I'm hearing it's good. And yeah, I like the Game of Throw-ins one. And another one that I really liked is what was it?
So I'll tell you which one you like.
Which one's that?
You like Two Girls, One Slut.
Oh, I do like that one. Yeah. Who's that?
Two people
James
got
Coward.
that. James Coward's got that, and Alan Tompkins.
James Coward recently married. James Coward, congratulations.
Congrats.
Great day it was.
Thanks for the invite.
Thank you for not inviting him.
I liked yours actually. Kante Stand Me Now.
Libertines.
Musical.
Yeah.
No.
I wanted Kante or Conte in mind for obvious reasons,
Of course.
which I'll come on to in a minute. But
I'll just go very quickly, then I've just got a couple more. So Rich Harrison, who ate all the pailles.
Very nice.
Very good. Grant Laurie's gone for a food tip with Gratan Ibrahimovic, which I like.
I like that. He's a chef.
He's a chef.
Absolutely.
Johnny McEwen, Jackie Chan.
Now, no one's gone for a combination of Leroy Fair, Christian Fuchs, and Nathan Ake, which you could have Fair, Fuchs, Ake.
Yeah.
But that's quite
Other
good.
people have.
But we see that in fantasy football scouts.
So a couple of my favourites. I actually really like Leicester's, which is really subtle. Secret of My Success.
With Isaac Success, who's a new Watford player, obviously, there's a few good puns with him in.
And finally, I've forgotten his name now. I think it's Stuart Rain with Riders of Johan with a Lord of the Rings thing.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
cool.
to get the rock. I won't
Right,
explain
well,
it.
sorry about that special feature.
I hope you enjoyed it. Feel
Feel
free to send in your suggestions.
And let's keep the good names coming, guys. Right, next up, we're going to talk about Chelsea.
Yes.
Obviously, we're not going to talk about last season too much, hopefully, and we're going to talk about this
I
season.
don't think there's any point. I was trying to think of who the manager was the last season. I couldn't remember earlier.
Hiddink.
I remembered eventually.
Yeah, Hiddink. Which was fine, and but let's move on. This season, what are we thinking?
So this season, I think that we actually have a little way to go. I think it will be fiery stuff to start with. I think
metaphorically, I hope.
Yes. I don't think it's definite out. I don't think it's definite out of United and Man City that they're going to just suddenly walk in and start getting clean sheets and winning games. I think all of them are going to have a bit of a tough time to start with, especially with the amount of changes. City's defence is a problem.
Well, we're talking about Chelsea.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
just going back to Chelsea,
please.
Conte obviously has chosen deliberately not to change the tactics too far straight away. There was a lot of talk of him completely altering the formation. Probably a lot of people would have expected loads of new players to come in, which they haven't. He's sticking with
two so far,
tried and tested throughout the park in the sense of both formation and squad to start with, aside of Kante, who's obviously going to come in the hole.
Pardon?
He's going to be defensive midfield, and aren't we looking forward to seeing him run the show?
Oh, I'm so looking forward to that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited.
Sorry, just one final thing. I think he is the sort of player that Conte might build the team around, actually.
Absolutely, he's building the team around Kante. I hope he is, because I was so surprised we got him. When I heard we were going to get him, I didn't want to say anything. Didn't want to, what's the word? Jinx it.
Good work.
I didn't want to jinx it, and when I saw that we'd actually signed him, and Leicester, I think Leicester put not Leicester, Leicester City put a tweet out saying that they'd agreed terms, and he's a massive signing for us. He's huge for us, and I think Conte, from what I've read about him, likes runners. He wants everyone to run hard.
We know that those sorts of players, whether it be Vieira or Roy Keane, are so much more useful than a great striker can be, because they gel the whole team together.
Well, we have Makelele, and I actually think Kante can be better than Makelele. But what Makelele did for Chelsea was incredible. He gave license to. I mean, Frank Lampard would not have scored the goals he scored those seasons if it wasn't for Makelele doing all the water carrying or whatever. He was an amazing player, and I hope Kante can be as good as Makelele. That's my hope. And Kante, the more I read about him, the more I see.
Careful how you pronounce his name.
I will be. The more I see of him, the more impressed I am. So I'm fairly confident. I have to admit, after what I was completely unconfident at the end of last season. But as soon as I knew that. Well, actually, I'll tell you the game that really impressed me was Italy when they smashed Spain off the park. Just with inferior players, they just absolutely bullied them, outran them, outplayed them. Yeah. And it was amazing to watch. And if he can get Chelsea playing like that, that's how we used to play under Mourinho the first time. And if we can get playing like that again, I mean, we will be a force to reckon with.
And I think there's a bit of a way to go to get there.
I agree. I think there's a defender coming in. I think there's another forward maybe, and I think even maybe another star sort of attacking winger. Maybe,
yeah, I mean that's. I know. Well, I don't know if they're going to come in by the transfer window.
No, I don't think they. Well, it's 2 days. No, they're coming by the
end of August.
Yeah,
but I think it'll be. I think
who's
we might
be
do some
Chelsea's
more in January.
top scoring defender and top scoring attacker this
what
season.
In FPL?
Yeah, it's the same thing, isn't it? Life and
no, not if we're talking about number of goals scored. Okay, so I reckon Hazard's back.
Right.
I do reckon Hazard is back. Watch out.
Fingers crossed.
He is back.
Yeah, and who's the best defender?
That's a tricky one. I'd like to see Zuma come in actually and take Terry's place, basically.
Okay. I don't think he'll take Terry's. I think it'll be JT and Zuma personally. I'd like to see Ivanovic out and Kayo out. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let's not talk about Chelsea all night because we'll be boring the fans of all the other Premiership teams, Premier League teams.
I don't think so.
But yeah, really looking forward to an exciting season ahead.
I think this is actually the most chilled out time I've had over the last week or so.
Yeah, I mean,
with the frantic buzz of fantasy football.
Yeah, you've been doing some good sterling spreadsheet work.
I have spent some time
social
on spreadsheets. I've done some social networking. Yeah, definitely. I've found some new people.
Very productive.
No, so I've got my ones to watch, as I say, for next season.
Excellent. Right, well, we're going to have to go now, guys, because Pete's curfew is soon, and more importantly, we've got to sort out our fantasy teams, get them ready for the final day.
Done, mate.
Pete's is ready. It's a mess, but I have seen it. He says I haven't, but I've seen it.
He hasn't.
But meanwhile, if you need some help choosing your team, Pete's done an article on the Zlatan conundrum, which might help you. I think it'll probably make you pick him if you read it. Actually, the way
I was going to pick him when I wrote it, but I did give the 3 options.
Absolutely, but also on the website we've got Take 5, which is 5 predictions by I think 8 of the FFUK guys.
Yes.
So that's quite cool. Have a look at that. See what
predictions for the season.
See what the other FFUKers are thinking. We've also got a desperately seeking post on the website. If any of you guys want to get involved at all, then give us a shout. Anyway,
please.
Have a read of that. It might give you some ideas and let us know.
We are open to, it's not an exclusive thing. If anyone wants to come and do anything, we'd love your suggestions, your input, anything.
Absolutely, yeah, get on board. But basically, all that's left for me to say is bring on the weekend.
Bring
and
it
the start
on.
Of
We've
a
got
new season.
48 hours until we're inside it.
Yeah, and some of us are getting way too excited, but that's fine.
I am really, really excited. I'll be quite honest.
We will have for you some prize announcements, obviously, once we know how many are in the league. Let's hope for as many as possible. And we'll also have a Game Week 1 review for you next week, where you can see
Pete Cronin, #1 for the week, #1 in the league.
Pete Cronin on page 4, like he deserves to be. Goodbye.
Bye, guys. Good